There's 9 minutes. There goes the clock. 10 minutes past midday. My name is Yolanda Mulwa, and this is the home of Sugar Spice. This is the home of Sugar Spice and everything nice. And I have with me a very special guest. She's been at Spice FM before, and she says, imagine she has those familiar faces. I'm going to let her introduce herself. Josephine, tell them. Tell
Good
them.
afternoon. Thank you for having me. My name is Josephine, Kharay, Macharia. A lot of people call me Kharay.
I love how you spell your name.
Thank you.
I love how you spell your name, Kharay. Kharay, you're welcome. I know you've been here before, but this conversation is not long overdue. I told you, I said it before, and I'm going to say it again, divinely timed. You have penned 4 books. I want us to talk about the book that we have in the studio today. Tell me about Breathe. Because let me tell you, Kharay. It's not let me tell you, Maina here. It's let me tell you, Kharay. Let me tell you what's going on at Standard Group currently. Spice FM. The lady who you just had read the news at the top of the hour is called Leah Ubaga. She lost her mother
I'm so
the night
sorry.
before last. We've lost Edward Kerry Francis Kwach. And Edward Kwach was not a Kenyan name. He was an East African radio marvel, because he had worked outside our borders. So we're not the only ones who are feeling the hurt. So you can imagine. And then before we even get there, on Monday when we went home, we found a documentary by the BBC and we watched it. We are all hurting. Besides that, the economy, there's so many things that are going wrong, not on, wrong. In our community at the moment, this book is divinely timed, like your interview. Tell me about this book. Tell me where to start, because we talk about mental health as a blanket statement. Bite-sized pieces, like you're speaking to children, Kharay.
I love that. So first of all, thank you for having me, Yolanda. My condolences to the entire fraternity, not only Standard Media Group, but just to everyone who is in media or who interacted or worked with Edward Kerry Kwach.
Yes.
Personally, when I wrote my second book and I came here for an interview, he's the one who took me through that interview.
In 2022.
In 2022. And it was such an amazing show. So it's so surreal that I would be here and looking at the chair where he sat and knowing that not only is he not here, but he's no longer with us. And so condolences to the media fraternity, his family, friends, relatives, everyone who knew him. And also to the lady, you said she's called Leah?
Yes, Ubaga.
Yes, who's lost her mom and who's grieving that. And it's not lost to me that we've touched on people who've lost someone physically, but there are also a lot of people out there who are grieving who they used to be. They're grieving a life they knew. They're grieving things that used to work, and now they don't even know what to do anymore. And so wherever you turn, people are just carrying so much, and they're wondering, how much more can I take? They're just hanging on by the grace of God, and they're like, I don't know how much more I can keep doing this, because I'm on the verge of quitting or giving up. And so when you look at Breathe, You Are Going to Be Okay. In 2023, we held our mental health summit.
Yes.
And so we felt that in 2024, we wanted to do another one. So when I met with my team in March, the task I was given was to come up with a handbook. The previous summit, it was a 2-day summit, and the sessions were so profound. We had amazing speakers.
Yes.
But we kept feeling that every time a speaker would come, you're being taken deeper, and you know that feeling where 2 days in, you're excited, you're there like, I can take on the world.
Yes.
But a week after that, when you're going through depression, you need to remember what you were told.
That is
and
true.
So we felt we need a handbook that people can have these tools with them and they can use them regularly. So I was told, you know what, Kharay, you work on the handbook, let it be 20 pages maximum. I went in excited. 2 weeks, I'll be done. Yolanda.
There was too much. You are not going to do that small car.
No.
That was a pamphlet that you had been asked to do.
And the more I started writing, the more I realized I can't stop. I need to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. 8 months. My 2024, I say, was my year of hibernation. 8 months penning this book. But what that did to me was, in the height of all the madness, in French we say mazodanya, that was going on in this world,
Yes.
I felt like I had a place and I had tools that helped me go through it. So when people were saying 2024 was a tough year, and it was for all of us,
It was.
I had tools and things, something that I could always run to and say, I'm feeling anxious now, I'm feeling depressed, I'm going through this, what is going on? I had a place to help me process and unpack.
Yeah.
So that is the heart of this book, because one thing I realized
Yes.
is that mental health issues are showing up daily. Every single day, Yolanda.
Daily. And that even begs the question I was going to ask you. I feel like we speak about it as not as a by the way. Do you think such books should be integrated into our education system? Because I was thinking about it and I'm like, we do those set books, but as we're helping our children and enhancing their skills, building on their skills, we are neglecting, we are putting STEM, coding. But are you teaching your children, you're giving them the tools to handle the kind of life that we live in? Look at do you go to social media?
Yes.
People are on the edge.
Totally.
Constantly.
Doom
I don't know if you know,
scrolling.
every day people, companies are closing, people are losing their jobs. I don't know if you saw a media house got rid of 27 people just last week, another media house like ours. So all the time, every time you see redundancies, and not just in the media, in banking, we saw a security company close shop after years and years. People are leaving our country. There's a ripple effect to all those things. Should these books, we are not talking about them in radio stations, you should be in school speaking to children.
Absolutely. Yolanda, you're spot on. If that's a very fabric where we are saying we begin learning and we are taught all our life skills, not only
Yes.
educational skills, it's remiss of us to be in a situation where we are there like, you know what, you're going to figure it out. We figured it out, you will figure it out. First of all, the world is not the same. I keep saying after 2 years of living in pandemic, let's not even call it 2, let's even say maybe it was 3 close to 4, yeah?
Almost 4.
What we went through is not normal.
It's not.
None of us were prepared for it. And then when the pandemic lifted and life went back to normal,
It wasn't normal. What is
Yes,
normal?
But what happened, Yolanda? Everyone was excited. Hey, me, at least I can go to work. At least now naeza enda kwa bar or what. No, but no one helped us process what we had lived through. So now what we are beginning to see, and when you talk about schools, I like calling it recess is over. We are now beginning to
like
see that our children retrogressed. That when our children were at home and were thinking they're going on with the curriculum, some of them were in homes that are not safe.
That is true.
They're in homes where it's dysfunctional.
It is
So
true.
that's a place where they retrogress the most. And then now, after they get used to that, what happened? A lot of children became quiet. So now you go back to school and teacher is there like, this used to be an active child, but now they
they've-
become recluse.
Yes.
They don't talk anymore, but they're still getting good grades, but something is off. You try and get audience with the parent is there like, listen, I struggle to survive. If I don't know how to deal with my own emotions, how am I, like I like saying, Sembu say, how am I going to show my
It's true.
child? Yeah?
And just don't even lie. Mental health is still taboo in Africa.
Absolutely.
In Africa, we just feel like there's so many things we have to worry about. This is ati akona stress, but amekula. You understand? You've eaten. I've clothed you. I've paid your school fees. You come and tell me that my child is not okay. Are you insane? Are you a doctor?
My shosho always used to tell me, she used to be there like, Magare, what are you worrying about? You're not paying school fees. And they're like, wow, because I'm not paying school fees, then I don't have a right to be sad or have a bad day. But when you look at it, most of us were talked out of our emotions. But when you think
I love that.
Yeah.
We were
talked out
out of
our emotions. And because the people who are raising us, our parents and our guardians, because they didn't have language and because they themselves were dealing with PTSD and other multiple issues and didn't have a name for it, they were there like, you know what worked for me is to be quiet, to live on survival mode. And guess what I know, which I thought worked for me, is what I'm giving you. What they didn't realize, that the more you suppress an emotion, the harder and the stronger it becomes. And here's a clincher, Yolanda. When you suppress emotions, you know your body doesn't know we are suppressing only the bad ones. It also suppresses the good ones. So people are out here living life flatline, sorry. You feel nothing. No happy emotion, you're just in there.
Me, I don't even like sharing, but I just feel like you're a safe space. I'm going to play one song.
Okay.
Kharay, and then when I come back, I will tell you what. Last week we had our health week at Standard Group. I think I had told you,
Yes.
and I was,
I love that. That's
and
so
and
cool.
and I was a, what do I say? I also joined the committee of our OSH committee, our Occupational Safety and Health committee here at Standard Group. When you have employees over 1,000, you have to have a committee. You must have marshals. You must have first aiders. So I sit in the committee, and we all graduated. We graduated and we were commissioned on Friday. The day we kept missing each other on the phone.
Congratulations.
So when I come back, I will tell you, because we had doctors, we had checkups here at Standard Group. So every single thing from your vitals to blood work to urine samples to not just collecting specimen, we had the female checkups.
Yes.
So we had, the mammograms, the pap smears. We had everything for the men as well, the cancers and everything. I'll tell you what the dentist told me, Kharay. I know, look at you, cliffhanger. Just listen to this song. Just you're like, woo-wee, Yolanda is going to tell me she's... No, but I'm going to share with you because it is you. Because I feel like I want your head in there with me. 20 past. When I come back, Shaggy and Marsha, piece of my heart. This woman, I love her. I might just steal her and adopt her. Ain't nobody. It's about half midday. Thank you so much for making the time. Yolanda, Mulwa here. And I have Josephine, Kharay, Macharia in the house.
Hey.
You're not just an author. Just brag kidogo. Just toot your horn. Tell them who you be and what you've been up to.
So kwa majina, my names are, remember the school debate?
Okay,
my names are Josephine, Kharay, Macharia. Welcome to listening to me. No, but on a serious note, I'm a founder of Bluegrass Solutions.
Yes.
I'm also the curator of Pit Stop Forum. I'm an author, I'm a storyteller, and a producer with The Moth, which is a platform that does global storytelling.
Yes.
And I'm a mentor. I'm a fun-loving person. I love dancing. Like, I wear so many hats. Oh,
and you're
thank
funny.
you.
And you're not okay. I think that's why you fit in here.
Let me tell you, that's
if you sit with her, she's
you know,
cray.
The title was for me, Breathe, you're going to be okay. I am the inspiration behind it. No.
I know. Let me tell you a story. I told you, sometimes...
The dentist.
Yes. So we have Health Week last week at Standard Group PLC, and we have all these specialists, everything, chiropractors. We had ophthalmologists, so people who are checking their eyes, people who are checking everything, even down till HIV tests, just every single thing about your body. Just we're very big on Health Week. We go all out for that week.
I love it.
So I reached the dentist. Of course, I know I have good teeth. I don't have a single feeling. Hey, and I'm a sweet tooth. And I'm like, so while we were waiting to take photos, the new class, the new committee, I said, let me just go and waste my time. Let me just go kill a few minutes.
I mean, after all, my teeth are perfect.
My teeth are perfect. Let me just go with my pearly whites. She might just give me a certificate of good teeth. Such vibes.
A brand deal with Colgate, nini.
Kharay, I sat down, and then she says, then she starts measuring. Yeah, like her, I'm like, when I do, she tells me that I have a lot of tension in my jaw.
Oh, wow.
Because my teeth, she tells me, she brings a mirror. She tells me, can you see your teeth? And I look, and she shows me, and we go down to minuscule details. I have cracks in my teeth, and my teeth are like something has been filing my teeth at night. I know. Like a rat.
Oh my goodness.
Kharay. And if I talk about it more, I'll cry. But I was so shook. I'm like, what? So apparently I go through, you're such a strong woman. I am the strongest woman. I am the chair lady of that strong woman battalion. But at night she told me, that is where I release all my tension. I know. And I grind my teeth at night. So I have a procedure I'm supposed to go for, so that they're going to fill in the broken pieces and whatnot. But I have to sleep with a mouth guard that they're going to custom make for, maybe 20 to 30,000. That's not like the problem.
Yeah.
But can you believe it?
You know what is so... First of all, thank you so much for sharing that. I
know you didn't want to.
No, but thank you for being honest. This is a safe space for sure. For me, what is so... And what is not fascinating, what got me with that story is that I'm sure at that point in time when you are being told, it was like, I do what? But then you must have had a moment later on when you're there like, wait a minute.
No, I hurried.
It's almost like an out-of-body experience, and you can see,
I hurried
almost
home.
see yourself gnawing your teeth,
I
right?
hurried home. to cry in the car on my drive home. And then I reached home, the way us moms are. So,
Yeah.
okay, I don't know if you're a mom, but I'm a mom. So I had to just, just look good so that when my daughter's school bus comes, I'm spick and span and looking cute and continuing being a strong woman. But at night, I kept reading about it. Because, when you talk to your relatives, someone's like, dentists are always looking for work. This person just wants, but it is true. Then it's the teeth knowing is like a very heightened level of stress.
Absolutely.
That is where is the stress supposed to live in? And you told me something about stress, and you off mic.
And what it is that stress and depression and anxiety and all these things get to a place where they begin showing up physically in our bodies, and we call that somatic expression. So that then you may be depressed, but now all of a sudden you have all these aches and pains, so you're always going to the doctor, they're checking your vitals, you're okay, like you're there like, I'm getting pearly whites. I mean, if anything, the dentist would have told me, guess what, you're the poster child for everyone, this is how your teeth should be. That was not the thing you expected her to tell you. And so there are many people who are like that. Your body keeps score. Even when you forget, when you think you are okay, a lot of us are actually living in survival mode and we don't even realize it.
And we never stop to, you should see, even when she told me, I felt like I had been caught, Kharay. You understand? I was like, damn, this woman has taken me apart. I was so offended. I looked around. I hope no one had. No one had. And then I left, loudly, bye, thank you, next time, so that as in, we are good. We are good. But then I was so hurt.
You know why, Yolanda? Earlier on, you mentioned social media, what we read and everything.
Yeah.
When we appear on social media, we've all created personas. But what we don't realize is even in our life, the way we live, we are walking personas. We've forgotten how to live as people. Yeah. So I'm not showing up as a person. Every time I show up, I'm giving Yolanda the pieces of me that I think are acceptable. But the real me that is hurting, I keep that hidden. And so that's a part that's showing up with you knowing your teeth. For other people, when I was writing this book, for me what it was is my anxiety was created by the thoughts I kept telling myself. I kept telling myself, you're not good enough, you won't have... And that was a loop in my head until one day I stopped, and we call it metacognition. And I'm there like, hold up, what are these thoughts running through my mind? Other times it's a stressors that you're dealing with every day. We no longer have, or rather we feel that we no longer have the luxury to express our emotions because we feel it's attached to our jobs.
True.
It's attached to my identity. It's attached to the very thing that I need for my survival. But what it is, if I don't stop and address it, it's just a matter of time before I come crashing and I reach my end.
But it's really tough and tougher for people who are in entertainment. And I always laugh and I say radio presenters are circus monkeys. I've always said, I even say it on the show, we are circus monkeys. Damn whatever you're going through in your life, Kharay. I could have been beaten at home by my partner, but I have to come here and put on a show. Suck it up, sit here and put on a good show. Because who's going to listen to a radio presenter who wants to cry? Yesterday was the worst show in my life. I cried all through. But guess what? Sorry. The messages people texted me, oh my God, I was crying when I was listening to you. People DM'd me and told me they were crying with me here.
You know what it is? Every time, I keep saying we are human beings, but every time, especially in media spaces like this, as presenters, we want to see the being. You show up and do the work. I don't want the human part to come out. But every day we are crying, do you see the human in my being? Outside of what I do and what I bring, how are you taking care of me? How are you ensuring that I'm okay? How are you ensuring, hey, you look like you are a bit off? Because then what it is, you remember the story of the Wizard of Oz in primary, or I don't know, maybe primary, like,
We're sorry.
So everyone was going to the wizard for different things. Tin Man said, I'm going because I don't have a heart. I feel nothing. We are a lot of tin men living in this, our nation. We've lost our heart. We've lost our purpose. We've lost our identity. We are hurting. That the last person who hurt me, I didn't know how to process. So guess what? I'm walking around here bleeding on everyone because I've refused to deal and address. And guess what? This is not to judge people. Most of us don't have tools. Even I didn't have tools the longest. Kharay, so it was easier to hide. And guess what? My dysfunction. Hii nimezoea. let me go on with this. That place where I'm a healed person, where I'm expressing emotions, that is foreign. We need to normalize there, living a whole life, living healed. I keep saying, Yolanda, if we can pass on hurt, because they always say hurting people hurt others.
Yes.
How about healed people also heal others?
They will.
How about
I
we
love
change
that.
this narrative and we begin spreading? The little I did that helped me, if I tell Yolanda, haven't I started a ripple effect? And that's what it's all about. It's nothing complicated. If I come today and ask you, how's your day? You don't tell me, oh, my medulla oblongata is off. No one talks like that. Can we please use everyday language? Can we please keep it real, yeah? How are you? I'm off. I'm depressed. I'm stressed. Guess what? Yesterday I went to drink again. Yeah, I know I'm numbing. Oh, I stopped drinking, but guess what? I transferred this addiction. Now I'm into porn. How about you don't judge me? Because if I was to call you out on the things you do, they are no better. Guess what, people? Scrolling on TikTok, and I keep asking people, how do you unwind? TikTok videos make me happy. No, Yolanda.
Hi, teacher me.
No, teacher, imagine
They make me happy.
Imagine you're remaining behind
And
for extra
Insta.
classes. I know. They'll make you happy. Laughter
They
is
make
good.
me
But half
happy.
of the time, we are hiding behind our laughter.
And
We are
you know
not
our children,
healing.
our children pick up on it. Sometimes my daughter is like, Mommy, I know you're sad. I'm like, I'm not sad. She's like, you're sad. She's like, you look pretty with your mascara and your lip gloss, but Mommy, I can see you're sad. And I'm like, I'm not even going to hide, whatever I'm going through. I'm like, oh, so-and-so is sick, so-and-so is going through this.
Yeah.
Or Shosho called me and Shosho said this. Nowadays, I just tell her because she keeps second guessing and then she feels like she has to go on overdrive to make me happy.
And then guess what?
Even animals pick it up.
Thank you. And guess what? We are creating a society where every time I meet Yolanda, the first 2 minutes, I'm there like, which Yolanda am I getting today?
Yeah.
Crazy Yolanda.
Happy Yolanda.
Messed up Yolanda.
Sad Yolanda.
Psycho Yolanda. Guess what? It's not people.
Jeff is dead now. My producer is dead
It's true.
behind the
It's
the
true,
screen.
Jeff, right? It's not as of which Kharay is coming to the studio today. Kharay, the one who died and feel like talking. And
Yeah.
guess what? All those are me. Yeah. So take me as I am today. And even when I'm having an off day, let me be. I keep saying, allow the emotions to go through your body. At times it's good to sit in it. Because then again, this society is all about toxic positivity.
Aki, that's a lot of work. Let me tell you the amount of years it took me to learn to shut up and ignore people. I'm non-confrontational. Now I don't care. Like, you could actually come and poop in the studio and I'll leave you alone. I'll just buy a peg for my nose and continue.
Wow.
I don't know where I became this human being where now I avoid you. I'm very avoidant. I want to run away from conflict. And I know it's not a good thing, but I'm just like, it's peaceful here.
But you know,
And
Yolanda,
I love it here.
It's how you said it's
Don't
like,
come and
wow,
destroy
this
my
is
little
so
bubble
zen,
of joy.
This is sunshine.
It is
It's
zen.
summer. Like, don't bring any winter here. But I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
One of the things we don't realize, and this is the beauty of the human body and the way God created us, yeah? At times when we go through situations that are so traumatic,
Yeah.
and they have the power to immobilize us and just make us stuck in a phase in our lives,
Yeah.
we get survival mode tactics. Imagine if there's that thing, Survivor, you're stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
You live in that island for 5 years, you will survive, you'll figure your way out, yeah? We also do that with ourselves. So when you say that you used to be very non-confrontational, now you're seeing you're different, guess what? The non-confrontational Yolanda you needed to be that Yolanda to survive the environment and that season you are in and everything you are going through. But then as you heal and you become better and you move out of that season, you'll now come to another season. You're there like, the tools I used then, that's survival mode. I used to not talk. It was okay. Now I can't. Even me, I'm feeling uncomfortable. Wacha niseme it's okay. Hashtag Catholicer. and you're, because now you're finding your voice, you're healing. And so what people need to understand is the things that helped you in one season to survive can no longer sustain you where you are today.
I love that. Like every season has different tools. Hapa tunapigana, so I have a spear, a machete, and 3 stones.
Yeah.
The next
Okay, I
time
don't know,
we
Yolanda,
are loving
you
each
sound
other.
a bit violent. I don't know what machete and spears are.
Machete.
Like, I don't know. You lost me. But yes.
But I love it. I love different seasons call for a different you.
A different you
Yeah.
and a different coping mechanism. So it would be erroneous to say He has been working for me. Think about it. When your daughter was young,
Yeah.
how old is your daughter now? If you don't mind me
She's
asking?
7.
She's 7.
Yeah.
When she was a toddler and Calpol used to work, I don't even know if it's still there anymore.
It's not. I don't
Now
think- yeah.
you're busy insisting Calpol is the only one. She's
True.
like, first, my body has changed. I'm now eating solid food. I'm now going to a school. I'm now exposed to different elements. The same thing for your mental health and your psychological immune system. One thing I keep telling guys is when you feel like you have a homa coming on,
Yeah.
what's your go-to solution?
I make dawa in my house. Honey, lemon, ginger, turmeric.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Someone else will tell you I eat garlic. Bless their hearts, because I
Yeah.
don't know. Someone else will tell you I drink hot
And
water.
their breath.
Yes. Someone else will tell you I sleep and I'll be okay. How is it we know all that for our immune system? What do you do when you feel like burnout is coming on? Why don't we have the same tools for our psychological immune system? That's what this book is all about. First, I give you language, so that when you go to hospital, you're not like a child. You know, when a child is there and the doctor is there like, what's wrong? The child is screaming.
Or
But
I don't know.
thank
How do you feel? Nasikia sijui
Yeah.
hata.
But then when the child gets older, what do you tell the child when they're throwing a tantrum?
Yeah.
Use your words.
Yes.
Say what it is.
Form sentences.
Thank you. That's exactly what we are saying.
Yeah.
You're telling me to use my words and tell you what is wrong with me mentally, but I don't have, out of everything 844 and all these CBC, XYZ, whatever systems have taught us,
Yes.
they didn't give us vocabulary
True.
to name. Because once I can tell you I'm feeling off,
Yeah.
and I think I'm going through this book will give you a name. You're there like, wait, all along I've been dealing with childhood trauma. Then I know what I need then is to heal my inner child.
I
But if I
love
don't
that.
have language, then where do I begin?
But since you're saying that, then we need one for shoshos, African aunties,
Thank you.
because we all call mental issues when wazimu. Na nini mwenda wazimu, because they've been diagnosed with schizophrenia, and we don't know how to
Absolutely.
a Kiswahili or Kikuyu or Kamba name for it.
Do you know, on that same wavelength, you know what annoys me the most?
Yeah.
That the one institution, okay, now there are others,
Yeah.
but the one institution that is known by everyone,
Macharia.
that is set up, thank you, for mental health and to help people, has now become a verb. Huyo ni mtu wa Mathare.
Yes.
How? What is that?
Aki Jeff, it's true. In fact, we used to joke about it, that if I take Kharay to Mathare, you're given a blanket. Is that story true? That you're given like a shawl
Aki
for
woye.
like as a gift
I'll be honest
for
with
serving,
you,
helping the needy.
Aki woye. I won't tell you where I went because it's a renowned mental health institute. I walked in there.
Yeah.
And I was shocked that people are happy. True story. I expected guys in straight jackets. You know what we also see in movies?
Yeah.
That narrative has got to be changed. That every day, let me tell you, someone near you is dealing with a mental health condition they've just not told you. Mental health does not discriminate. All of us at some point in our life, if you're a human being, you will deal with something. So this shame, first of all, some of the things we have the audacity to talk about openly, yet we shame people who are talking about mental health. For me, no, it can no longer be just because we don't see it doesn't mean people are not going through it.
Yeah. In fact, I want you to just pause there. We're going to come back and you're going to give us a small overview of some of the tools in this book, where we can get the book.
Okay.
Do you have an audio book? I think you need a podcast. I think you need to come on the show again because 1 hour is too short, Jeff.
Absolutely.
Yes. He says 2 thumbs up. So back after one song. Jesus
Awesome.
Christ. I feel like we need to sit. You just need to come.
No, we need to unpack it. And the way I structured this thing,
Yeah.
at the end of every chapter, so at the beginning of each chapter, you pick a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah? So you see, like now, if it's this one, the tool here is me too. So
oh,
you pick the tool.
And you can actually do like the exercises.
Yes, self-care is not selfish, it's essential. Then you enter then when you finish at the end, there are 3 segments. There is breathe,
Yeah.
where it allows you, hey, ebu we pause. Ile nimesoma,
Yeah, it's the way. What do we normally say? Where?
yeah, you breathe. Then after that, there is what anyone who knows me, I always use the word scuba, meaning they're
Yes.
going deep.
Yeah.
So now we have a scuba moment. So scuba, and there's snorkels here to show you we are going deep.
Yes.
There are some people who call me, they're like, me, I'm on scuba question 1, Aposi Jahama. I'm there like, it's okay. If you need to be there for 3 months, the fact that it's triggering you, upon the Oshida, actually triggers are a good thing. They show you where you need to heal. So don't be quick to dismiss them.
Wow. Bobby Brown, get away. You're not getting away from this conversation. She's going to tell us how you can get your hands on a copy of Breathe. You're going to be okay.
Amen.
Bobby Brown, Getaway, the original bad boy of R&B, bringing us to, I can't believe we have 8 minutes of our time left together with Kharay. Josephine, Kharay, Macharia.
Yes.
Guy, me, I just feel like, first, let me just start with the person who introduced me. I was introduced to you by my brother, Mwania. I just feel like, Mwania, how are you? Was this an intervention, a friend intervention?
Actually, I was given more notes, Yolanda. I'll see you after the session. No, but I'm joking. No, but for me, what it is, and kudos, thank you, Monia. I feel like I've known you all my life.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's that, oh my goodness, like this conversation.
Yeah.
We need more time. We need more spaces and forums where people are able, and that's what people are looking for. There's a place for, and that's what I always say.
Yeah.
Today is the last day of April, and tomorrow we begin May. The whole of May is set aside for global mental health awareness. I celebrate that. Then October 10th, we have World Mental Health Day. Then I think it's September 11th or 10th, we have World Suicide Prevention Day. And all these days are good.
Yeah.
But my thing is this. Why the people who are dealing with mental health conditions and us who are dealing with daily stressors and things that are making us depressed and anxious, I don't have the luxury where you tell me, "Ooh, Yolanda, pause. Wait until May 1st to 31st. Express, release, go through everything. After that, guess what? We are moving on to another. Yeah, we are moving on to another awareness month. Sorry, you had your chance. Wait until next year.
Imagine
we
it's
don't.
true.
So we need to stop doing that. We need to stop rushing. Like now, and I say, and I celebrate. Let's do as much as we can in May. But when all of us are doing everything in May, so are you telling me the remaining 11 months we are all okay?
Are we doing enough? Is our government doing enough? Do
don't
you
think
think
so.
mental health should be put up there? Like, you know what? It's not a state of emergency, but should we say that this is an issue in our country? The way we say we had the fight against HIV/AIDS, we were very loud. We've had malaria.
Yes.
Should we say that this is a crisis in our country at the moment?
Let me tell you, in 20, I believe it was 2021 or 19, I forget, 2019.
Yes.
The former President Uhuru Kenyatta,
Yes.
during his Madaraka Day speech,
Yes.
he said that mental health had become a growing epidemic in this country. Yolanda, I said 2019. That was pre-COVID. After COVID. Now when we keep saying 1 in every 4 Kenyans is dealing with mental health, that stat is wrong. I believe 4 in 4 Kenyans.
Hallelujah.
It's no longer 1 in 4.
It is
and
4
so,
out of
yes,
4.
And so back to your point, you remember when long ago we were so used to Mtukufu Raisi Daniel Tori teach and would listen to news for an hour, which felt like 5 hours. Then we moved to news for, what do you guys do now? 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. Imagine if for every news buzz you give me, you take the last 30 seconds and just give me a quick mental health tip. Why aren't we doing that?
Thanks.
Why are we
Thanks
not
for
doing
shouting,
that?
because you'd have said that off air and then ask guys why are you giving guys more Kenya loudly?
So let's do it, because I said it here. Let's make it happen here, because there's someone for every time Safaricom you tell me your bundles are low, buy na. How about if you give me a message of hope? Yeah,
true.
Billboards. Have you ever seen a billboard with a message on mental health
Saying breathe.
Yeah,
It's going to be okay.
yeah. Why are we not doing that? I remember the last time when we did our mental health campaign, the 31 days, which we're starting tomorrow.
Yes.
We take the 31 days and every day we share messages. We partnered with Tamarind Tree Hotel. Their screens in the entire hotel had messages. People were calling their GM and tell them, hey, guests who are coming in, people who are passing. I read something that has just changed me. When I'm there in a banking hall, Zubaring, why am I just looking? Is the rate changing anytime soon? Okay, that is there. How about you give me a
I like what you're saying.
Remember in
at
primary,
the airport.
Yes. Remember in primary school, and here I'm going to date myself. At the back of our exercise books, what did we have? Multiplication table. I don't know what we had.
We did.
Imagine if you give me a few tips. Even children can have it in their school diaries. Have a few pages that parents can reference. Yeah, we are acting like all of us. This is what scares me. It's like, back to your analogy. Imagine all of us are smelling. All of us are smelling. We've not tried. All of us are smelling. We have water, but no one is doing anything about it.
Yeah.
So we know we are smelling, but imagine, situbaki tu hivyo, sisi wote tuko hivyo. No, something has got to give. We cannot go on the way we are going on. Every 4 seconds, we are losing people to suicide.
That is
That's
true.
not normal. When you see a
Even
society,
crime,
yes,
it's-
when you see a society where now teachers are also taking their lives to
That is
suicide,
true.
I mean, that's Asha's song, There is Fire on the Mountain, and no one is running.
Let me tell you, when my daughter joined the school she's in, I won't say my daughter's school, we saw they have a compulsory counseling class,
I love it.
and it's individual. So
Wow.
throughout the week, your daughter or your son has a time blocked. They just sit with their counselor.
love
I've forgotten what they are called. You should see how some parents laughed about it.
Are you
Hey,
serious?
these kids for nowadays, they are Kamama and Kababa are spoiled. Yeah. Now, what is a 5-year-old, 6-year-old going to talk about?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But you know what I love about that? Because this parent does not even realize how dysfunctional and how a lot of trauma they are carrying. Guess what? Because this child now is getting the tools, the child will lovingly call out the parent. You're actually angry. Maybe you try this. When I'm angry, we were told these are a few things you can do. And so for me, that's what it is. The thing I wanted was, one, give people language. Then when you give me language and I know what I'm dealing with, then point me in the right direction and give me the right tool.
I love it. I love it. I love it. When are you coming back? I want to read some messages for you.
Awesome.
I'm being summoned to the principal's office. That's what my producer is telling me. Victor KE says, TikTok videos don't make you happy. They are distractions. You evade facing your problems. Zablon Akapala is listening. You have very many messages here. Baba Wanda, Vincent Ogutu, Zablon again. I want to read them quickly. And then I can go and maybe I'll be told to fence Standard Group.
Or dig a
wonder what
ditch.
I'm-
Remember?
Dig a ditch. Meisashi Johnston is streaming live on spicefm.co.ke. We have Omosori from Nakuru. We have Benson Mumo. We have Lawrence Masembe. It's a full house. I can see the people who are
Awesome.
online.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, in fact, the first time we went live, we were almost 1,000 views.
Oh, wow.
You need to come back. And I want you to
Gladly.
make a promise live on air so that you don't break your promise.
Like
You're
you
going
said,
to come back?
You said these are safe space. Like
You
we
said
have
40
to do it
tools.
there are 40 tools.
Kenyans need to know about the 40 tools.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And especially now with everything that we discussed at the beginning, there's also a tool to help people navigate and go through the motions of grief.
Tell me about the book. Where can we get the book?
The book is available in 2 places at the moment, Nuria Bookstop and Kayana Create. And so people can get it. Follow me on my social media. You get the links.
Yes.
And it will soon, by May, be available on Amazon.
Your social media.
My social media is Instagram and Twitter, or rather X. M for Mombasa, S for socks, _KHARAY, Miss Kharay. And we can connect and join and be a part of the next 31 days where we're just going to have raw and real conversation.
I love it. Stand by for the news in 2 seconds.
Spice up your life.